Hello and welcome to SPIEL 2025 here at Essen. I am here at the Lethal Shadows with Patrick and Secretary of State Steve Hobbs. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for coming
So,
by.
you brought minis.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's tell us a little bit about, because some of our viewers might get confused. Okay, we have the Secretary of State, we have minis. What is the connection?
No, we're super grateful that Secretary Hobbs has put together this trade mission and brought us and several other companies from Washington State to represent the hobby at an international level. So Lethal Shadows, our core business is minis, and so we brought a good selection of them, but we have a lot more back home.
As I said, because there are a lot more companies here at this booth,
Correct.
But this section where we're now is specialized in minis. So.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. So we specialize in minis. The resin you see here is red. It's actually our own resin that was developed for high quality, so good looking minis and also good durability.
Very cool. Yes, we talked before and he said that you use a special printer that's not on the market.
Correct. So yeah, we've made our own printers, and we often get asked, can I buy it, can I buy it? So now we're working on getting that printer ready to release and getting it out to the public. So we're excited about that. That's up and coming. It'll likely be 6 months to a year before that's available.
Yeah, he said it's a little bit more durable and
Yes.
not so brittle.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So it is more durable, it is more flexible. Obviously it's still resin, so it will still break, right? But we wanted to survive a fall, right? We wanted to survive some handling and gameplay, because after all, minis are made to be played with, right? So we want to encourage that.
Yeah, exactly. We think that's a good point, because you play with them, sometimes they slip, they fall, and of course sometimes they break. So it's always good to have some resin that's a little bit more durable, where you say, okay, it's not a problem to handle them a little bit more often, or if they fall, no worry if it isn't a great tie.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd love to show you one of our models that I love. So this is our Frost Elf, and as you can see, a lot of detail available there. And she's quite durable, she's flexible. You see the blade will actually flex there, and the cape will actually flex without breaking. So yeah, this is one of our favorites that we've brought.
I see. You sculpted, because not you, but sculpted by you.
Yes.
And also printed by you themselves.
Yes. So I'm personally not talented enough to sculpt them, but we have some amazing sculptors, amazing artists from Washington that have worked on this. We've also hired local painters who are painting minis in Washington. So you can order all of these models painted as well. They're all done by hand, so they take a little longer. But you can also specify what colors you like. Right? So what color scheme your character wears. So we can also tailor it to your needs.
Okay, so it's not just, okay, we have this model in this color scheme. No, yeah, I like this model, but can you color it like this?
My character loves green and purple. I want it to be green and purple, right? Or I love gold and silver, gold and silver. We can definitely do that.
Very cool. I see very different miniatures, so I think that's not, you won't stop there, of course.
Yeah.
You're still sculpting new miniatures and everything.
Absolutely. So what you see here is actually a healthy mixture of our miniatures that we've sculpted and officially licensed models. We are here to not just sell minis, but also to help other publishers bring their games to life. So we are signing deals to license models like we have already, and also to produce models for those games. And we can actually make them, print them in the US, right in Washington, and do fulfillment and create more jobs in Washington, but also bring your products from all over the world into the US.
Okay, very cool, yeah. Did you forget anything? Or did we include anything we wanted to talk about?
Well, here you're seeing a small cross-section of what we have to offer. However, in the US, we do a lot of shows. Our booth is usually the size of this whole booth. So beyond minis, we have paints, we have brushes, we have an airbrush, we have dice. So if you do run into us in the US, expect to see more.
Okay. Yeah, as I said, this is just a small section at this big booth.
Yes.
But as you said, there are everything else that corresponds with the hobby of miniatures, like dyes, like paints, like brushes, and everything else.
Yes, absolutely. Proud of that. We'll continue growing. We have our own resin. You can buy the resin. We will soon have our own printer. You can buy the printer. So that we're trying to make sure that we're a one-stop shop. And you can come into the booth and decide what stage of the hobby you want to jump into. If you want to jump right into playing and painting, you can buy the Mini. If you want to jump into the whole separate hobby of 3D printing, we'll provide the printer, we'll provide the resin, and you can jump into that as well.
Very cool. Yeah, thanks very much. But how do you like the fair so far? I mean, it's the last day.
Yeah.
It was 4 long days, I think.
Yeah, so the show has been amazing. A lot of people have told me that it's great and it's big, but until you get here, you don't quite grasp how big it is. We've done Gen Con, which is quite large in the US, second biggest board game show, and this is 5 times the size of Gen Con.
Yeah, we plan to come here again. You know, Washington State is a gaming capital in the United States, and obviously your viewers know that Wizards of the Coast comes there, and also smaller game companies. When we went to Tokyo Game Market, we brought Green Ronin with us, but I didn't bring any miniatures, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring miniatures to this one, and we're doing so well here, I think you'll see us again.
I think that's also something I noticed, because in Hall 1 it's mostly of the miniature games, and they expanded over the last years of the Spiel, so you can see there is a big market here.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think you're going to see Patrick with a much bigger booth now that he's come here and he sees that there's a lot of potential here. And he wants to come here again, right, Patrick? And
Absolutely. We were worried about how the European market would receive us, and this trip, so thank you again for this trip, allowed us to test that and see how it is, and now we can come with a lot more certainty, and instead of coming with a small booth, we can come with a booth this size and have our full crew with our full offering and really make a splash. So that's what we're hoping to do next year.
Yeah. I hope to see you then around next year with a bigger booth, just for you a bigger booth, and hopefully the other sections here have also a good time and say, oh, maybe we come next year also with a bigger booth.
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think well, I don't know if we will show up next year, but maybe the year after. We've got some companies that makes terrain. So, you know, Patrick, you do these figures, and then this other company that does terrain. Yeah. We've got a game, right?
Yeah,
We've got a game going on.
Well, thanks very much, and have a last good day and a good time.
Thank you. You too. Safe travels home.
Thanks. You too. I think you have a longer way than me.
A little bit.
Thanks very much. Yes.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.